Hey everybody, how's it going? Well, let's take a little ear pro out here. Let's put this 441 in the wood. I've already run into another issue. It's not a big issue. I'm pretty sure I know what's wrong, but this saw is oiling, but it's not oiling to the bar. It's just leaking out of there. I think maybe there's an O-ring missing between the oil pump and the body of the saw, but whatever. We'll drop a little oil on this thing and let's make some cuts. Check it out. Figured we might as well start throwing the new truck into the mix. So this saw is too light, or at least the way this bar makes it sit. I'm going to have to fab up some bigger dogs or buy some if I'm going to keep this saw. Who knows what I'll do with it. But there you go. Stihl 32 skip. I like a skip chain. It's quicker to file. This saw would pull a full house, I suspect. I threw a little DGP in there. You guys know I like that stuff. And I haven't run it since, so I'm going to grab my oil and let's just do a little bit of bucking and run this saw. Again, Dan from Missouri Pipe. And yeah, I don't know what this thing's going to do, friends. I haven't really run it since the last video. It's been a few days now. And let's just fire this thing up and I'll buck with it a little bit and cut some smaller stuff. I like to see how these saws will run. A work saw needs to do work, so I want it fast in small wood and I want grunt in big wood. Or at least enough grunt that I'm not backing off on it, and I want speed in a big cut. How about that? Speed and power. Oh, the mosquitoes are bad, friends. Let's get this happening. Okay, let's fire this thing up. I'm going to step out here. Okay, again, put the choke all the way down. Interesting. So friends, I think I may, well, it's hard to say. I may turn that idle screw up. I can't do the actual factory reset because I don't have a chain brake on this saw, and part of it is clip the chain brake on. So I'm not going to get too hasty. This saw is brand new. I may want to try a different pipe on this saw actually. See if maybe we can get a little more, I don't know, we'll see. It certainly runs good. It's got good power. Now, friends, this is American elm. This is a hard tree. This is a hard species of tree, I will say. It is for here, and it's good now, friends, because well, I've cut that eastern hardwood in the States now. Bucket stock, we were cutting oak, and I think we had some cherry there, maybe. Just I've cut eastern hardwood. Eastern hardwood is harder than our wood, but not by a huge amount, but it is harder, I will say that. Let's take a couple swipes off here and we'll call her good. Again, friends, this thing's pulling a dry chain through the wood. It's not oiling, friends, so I'm quite impressed with how it's running. It has a half a tank of fuel on it. Well, what do you guys think? It runs good. This was never the most torquey saw. These are when you're starting to get into the higher RPM whiz bang saws. And it's how can I say this? It's almost torqueier now than it would be stock. I've run these quite a bit stock. Yeah, it's a nice saw. It runs good. You guys see, I did this more of an experiment. Can I mix the fuel in between? Well, I can. And will it run? Well, yeah, it runs fine. I think the reason why it's idling a little rich is the free porting, friends. I'm 98% sure. My intake timing is not crazy on this saw. I'm moving around a lot, friends, because the mosquitoes are eating me alive. And it's not oiling, so we'll get that oiler working and we can test this thing out again. Again, this is beautiful wood, hard as a rock, and this is the tree we took down last week with the 572. So, but yeah, anyhow, friends, maybe I'll build it again. Can always reach out to Wolf Creek and grab another cylinder. This one runs great. It's got lots of power. It seems to idle. It's had a few little bobbles, but again, I haven't done the factory reset, and God knows what was done to this saw before we got it here. So that's a good looking truck, isn't it? I think it is, if I do say so myself. Been driving this thing around a bit. It's so different to my F-250. I can't even compare the two trucks. As much as online people compare things like that, they love to compare diesel trucks. Yeah, I don't know, friends. The mosquitoes are just eating me, but we'll see. I'll put some more time with this truck. It's just different, friends. It's bigger, it's taller, it's way faster. It doesn't sound as cool. My F-250 sounds way cooler than this thing. Way comfier for the family though, and that was kind of the idea behind getting this truck. So anyhow, friends, 441. It runs okay. What more can I say? Anyhow, thanks for watching. Take her easy and stay out of the mosquitoes. They're nothing but trouble. Later.